Welcome to Chapter 4, Lesson 7, Divide Fractions. You see at the key concept at the top, it says to divide by a fraction, you multiply by its reciprocal. So as Mrs. Lockett says, keep, change, flip, or as Miss Silk says, skip, flip, multiply. So make sure that you keep that in mind as you're dividing with fractions. If we look at example 1, it asks us to find 1/2 divided by 1/3 and write it in simplest form. Method 1 uses a model like we saw in the inquiry lab. So it takes one whole and divides it up into halves, and then it shades the 1/2 that you start with. Then it has you divide the whole into thirds. So you can see that it's split it up and does the lines to make it the whole into thirds. To figure out what 1/2 is divided by 1/3, you count the number of 1/3 sections that are in 1/2. You have one whole 1/3 section, and you also have this little part that's half of another third. So your answer here would be 1 and 1/2. So because you have 1 and 1/2 sections of 1/3 in 1/2. Now, this visual model can be a little confusing at times and hard to have to draw a visual model for every problem that you do. So that's why we have the equation method here in the second method shown. 1/2 divided by 1/3. So if you do keep, change, flip, or skip, flip, multiply, it'll change to 1/2 times 3/1, and then you can multiply like normal. So look to see if you can cross cancel, which you can't anywhere here. So you multiply straight across and do 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, and you'll end up with 3/2, which is improper. So you would then need to make it into a mixed number, which would be 1 and 1/2. So go ahead and try the Got It problem below to check your understanding.